Raw is moving to Netflix on Monday, and they are stacking up this card. They are hyping it up to levels of a WrestleMania, is what they are claiming. Today, we're going to go over some of the matches that are announced, some rumors that are being rumored around, and also just kind of give my hopes and dreams of what I should and think should happen, should think happen at Raw on Netflix, the debut on January 6th. Before we get started, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment with what you think, what some of your hopes are, what do you disagree with, what do you agree with. I'd love to hear from you. All right, first one, we're starting off with Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. I think it's been confirmed that Punk and Rollins are main event. I don't know. Either way, I don't think this should main event over Seth and Punk. Obviously, if The Rock is showing up, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but if The Rock is showing up, it probably should main event. But anyway, Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. It's Tribal Combat. I believe it's for the Ula Fala, right? IMO, I think Roman should win. It would be pretty wild if Solo Sikoa gets the win, even with new bloodline interference and the Tongas coming in and Jacob come in. What I think is going to happen, we're going to get a classic bloodline match, but now it's bloodline times 2 because you have bloodline on each side. New bloodline's going to run in. OG bloodline, including Jay and Sammy, are going to run in. Bada boom, bada bing. Roman wins. He gets the Ula Fala. Boom. Rock's music hits. Now I'm thinking about it. If this happens, they should close out the show. Rock comes in. Instead of 3 fingers to whatever, now he's got 4. Now he's got 4, maybe even 5 of them. Might just do the whole hand. He comes out. Oh, you got the Ula Fala? I want the Ula Fala. I'm the tribal chief. And this kind of starts. I think we're going to see the start of the Roman Reigns and The Rock saga here. I hope. This video is should, but you know what I mean? It's hopes and dreams. Does this mean The Rock is the new leader of the new bloodline? I've been kind of off the new bloodline for a while. They don't really do it for me. Solo's been great in 2024. The Tongas, it's also funny everyone just calls them the Tongas, and that's just not what they are. The only one that I'm still super interested in is Jacob. Like I said, Solo's improved. His character work is a lot better than what it used to be. But we kind of saw this in the War Games match, where it's like, how realistic was it for the new bloodline side to beat the other side that had the likes of Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso? It felt unmatched, even if you did have Jacob and Bronson Reed on the other side. Anyway, my point is, do I love The Rock as the new leader of the new bloodline? No. However, going with what I'm saying though, I'm not as interested in the new bloodline. It would make it a lot more interesting, The Rock being the new leader. I do think The Rock needs a stronger team. I think the Tongas need to shape up a little more. Maybe it sounds like I'm hating on the Tongas too much. I don't know. Regardless though, this feels like the beginning of The Rock and Roman Reigns feud. I think that's what it should be. Should. All right, next match, we got Seth Rollins and CM Punk. We talked a lot about this on the podcast. I'm not going to go super in depth. I'll kind of just reiterate what I said and anything else new that I think of. I think Seth should get the win here. I could go on and on about how Seth is right, and it's crazy that the people are not on Seth's side. He's defending WWE, and that's the show we're watching. He's valid. He's got a lot of points. He's similar to Drew in that way. This one's a real toss-up. It's a real 50-50. My main pick for Seth is I think he should win the feud in general with Punk, but I'd be satisfied for a just out the gate first match win. This isn't the only time they're facing. They're gonna face all the way up till Mania, probably have the third and final blow-off match at Mania. I don't know. It is only January. The Rumble is usually the real start of the road to WrestleMania, but like this Raw on Netflix really kind of seems like it might be the kickoff. I got Seth winning here. Again, I think CM Punk will probably win, but I think Seth should win. Kick off their feud strong. Set Seth up. I mean, Seth has a little more longevity than Punk, so I think he should be the one to kind of come out of a lot of this looking strong and justified. My last note is here, let's maybe see some blood, huh? If we're gonna see some blood on Netflix, we're on Netflix for a reason. Let's see someone bleed, huh? All right, Women's World Championship match, Liv Morgan, the champion, versus Rhea Ripley. It was going around, I don't know what's true and not, it was going around that it was the last woman standing, and that might have just been a lie made up by the internet. No one really knows if it was WWE that said that or not. Regardless, championship match, we'll find out what the stipulation is, if any, come Monday. I think Rhea's gonna win here. This is a great opportunity to kind of close out a feud and also have a huge title change on your monumental show. Big world title changes always kind of elevate a show, so I think they're really gonna go for it. I think we will see the return after this win to maybe challenge Rhea, the return of either or Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch. It won't be both of them. You gotta save one of them for the Rumble, but it'll be Charlotte or Becky. I think will come out right when Rhea wins, and that's like the kickoff, and that ends that segment, and blah, blah, blah. My last prediction is I think after this loss, I think Liv's gonna break up with Dom. I think Dom's gonna do something to help Liv win. It's not gonna work out. Liv's gonna be mad. And I think maybe not a full breakup, because like you do have to leave some cliffhangers for like the ongoing weeks. But I think we'll see teases maybe of a Liv being unhappy with Dom for the first time. All right, last match that's announced. We got Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. This feels like a Drew McIntyre win to me. It really should be, and I really hope so. Drew has had a standout, monumental 2024. And I think that should carry into 2025. I think a win over the now very prominent Jey Uso is going to be a really strong win for Drew to kick off the new year. I don't have much to say about it. I think it'll be a fun match. I think it'll be cool. But Drew needs this. Drew's had a great 2024 while also losing a lot and not really coming out the winner of his feuds. If we can have a similar year to 2024 and have Drew McIntyre win more, superstar of the year. Like easy. All right, some other notes here of things that are announced to happen and that I think are going to happen. We're obviously getting the John Cena return. He'll come out, he's going to chat, he's going to do his thing, and we're kicking off this and blah, blah, blah. Who should interrupt him? I think it should either be Braun Breaker or Gunther, depending on the angle they're going. Again, I could talk on for days about this, but the thought has really been, are they going to give him the 17 time during his retirement tour, or are they going to give him the Grand Slam with the Intercontinental Championship that he's never won, right? At this point, it. Do both. I say both. And I think a great spot to start. Now it might be becoming Super Cena squashing the young guys, but whatever, we're here. Get interrupted by Braun Breaker, kick off the IC chase, or if you're just going to do the World Heavyweight thing, which honestly, now that I'm saying it, it feels too early. These are predictions. I don't know. Maybe it's just a tease. Gunther comes out, you get a tease, you get a stare down, you get something. We don't really visit it until we're a little closer to Mania. I would even say Mania in April might even be too close for Cena to win the title. So you could have him win the IC title, do something similar to his US Open Challenge with the IC title. I think that would be a lot of fun. I guess you could also do it for the World Heavyweight Championship. Something like that's going to happen. That's my thought. They've also been teasing a lot of legends coming. Not teasing, but like it's been speculated. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Hogan. I'd be more surprised if we see an Undertaker, especially if there is like The Rock later on the show, and that would be kind of like, well, the WrestleMania thing, and that's kind of confusing. But I don't know. That's my legend, not pick, but what's probably going to happen. I'm not saying it should happen, but whatever. All right, something that's basically all but confirmed. We're getting the debut of, not sure what he's going to go by in WWE, but let's just call him Penta or Pentagon Jr. We're seeing teases of him being Ray's mystery partner and LWO stuff. That would work. I've been seeing stuff like this online, is if Penta turns on Ray at the end. I don't know. Maybe I'm being spoiled, not just accepting a Ray and Penta feel. Like that would be awesome. That's like my dream come true. That's all I want. I don't know if that's where we want to start. Again, I'm fine with it if he ends up turning. I think it is a little bit of an eye roll if we just throw Penta with the LWO. It's kind of like, okay, Hunter. But that's what's probably going to happen. What I'd like to see is, a Chad Gable. Not that Chad Gable needs to lose another feud at this point, but like a Chad Gable cutting a promo. Then you get Penta coming out, and then you get that. I don't think we're going to, I don't know. If he joins Ray as a partner, then we're going to see him wrestle on Raw. I don't know. Logan Paul is also scheduled. I guess, I don't think they'd start Penta out there, but you could. I don't know. I guess that section wasn't much of a prediction. It was just a lot of like, I don't know, this might happen. Some other stuff I've been seeing online. Zilla Fatu, I think, is likely for a debut. It would make sense with all the bloodline stuff we were talking about earlier. Some I should have mentioned way earlier. Again, we were joking about it on the pod, but Triple H is 1,000% kicking off the show. That feels like the bingo free space. Lastly, I'm seeing a lot, which I think there's speculation. I feel like every 4 months at this point of an AJ Lee return. I don't think we're seeing AJ Lee. Not that it shouldn't happen, but I don't know. It'd be great. I'd love it. I just don't see why or where at this point. It made way more sense during the Drew feud because of the bracelet and her name was being brought up. It'd be a fun surprise. I think if you're going to have an AJ Lee return, you got to set it up better. It can't just be like in the middle of the Raw on Netflix that gets overshadowed by a title change and The Rock and this person debuting and John Cena and da-da-da. I think AJ Lee deserves like, oh, that's the thing that happened on Raw, right? It's not one of 5. If it even happens, I don't know where this AJ Lee speculation came from. If there is legitimacy to it, and maybe I missed an article or like an interview snippet, I don't know. I think people are just hopeful. I haven't seen any of like her expressing interest. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen it, but I'm confused where the AJ Lee conversation comes from, other than Punk just being back in the company and her name getting brought up. But that's it. Those are my predictions of what I think should happen, what I think shouldn't happen, some match predictions, and you get it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Is there something that you think is going to happen that I didn't mention? You think something's going to happen or not happen that I did mention? Let me know. I appreciate you being here. Please make sure you subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Like I said, everything else, blah, blah, blah. Follow me on everything. That's the video. Happy New Year. Enjoy Raw on Netflix. Bye, 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 bye.